Hello, today I'm going to be making paleo bread. It's seed and nut loaf. It has no flour, it's gluten free, and it's full of heart healthy ingredients like pumpkins and almonds. So let's get cracking. First of all, into my bowl I put 1.5 cups of rolled oats. Now this can only be rolled oats, we don't want instant oats. So that's done. The next thing I need to put in is sunflower seeds or pumpkin seeds. Now I have measured out 1 cup of pumpkin seeds and I've given it a bit of a smash in the packet. So I'm just going to pour that into the bowl. I'm using pumpkin seeds because I prefer pumpkin seeds to sunflower seeds. But you can use pumpkin seeds or sunflower seeds or a mixture of both. The next thing I'm going to put in is 1 cup of raw almonds. These are the sliced thin little almonds that you can get from the bin or whatever equivalent you have in your country. Then the next thing I'm going to put in is 1/2 cup of flaxseed. Now this is psyllium husks. This is the brand that I'm using. The next thing is 1/2 cup of flax seeds, and I'm using ground flax seeds. This is the brand I'm using. I'm not getting sponsored by anybody for this, by the way. I'm just showing you out of interest what I use. So there we go. Actually, that's 1/4 cup, so sorry, I need to put in a bit more. I'm using a 1/4 cup measure, so that needs a bit more of that. I also need 1 more scoop of the psyllium seeds. I'll use my clean spoon for this so I don't cross-contaminate. So there we go, I've got 1/2 cup of flaxseed and 1/2 cup of psyllium husks, and 1 cup of pumpkin seeds and 1.5 cups of oats. The next thing I need to do is put in 2 tablespoons of chia seeds. Now I've got mine in a little container. This is what chia seeds look like. So that's 2 tablespoons, level tablespoons. Go. And the next thing I put in is 1 teaspoon of sea salt or sea Himalayan salt. So 1 teaspoon of that. Put in. There we go. Now, these are your dry ingredients. You mix these up, just like this. Mix, mix, mix. That's what it looks like, all mixed up together. Now you put in your wet ingredients. Wet ingredients are coconut oil, water, and maple syrup. If you don't have maple syrup, or it is quite expensive, you could use golden syrup or maple flavored syrup. This is the genuine 100% pure maple syrup. So I'm going to put in 1 I'll put that in later actually. First of all, I'm going to make sure that my coconut oil is, yep, that's done. So 3 tablespoons of coconut oil, I'll put that in. 1. It's liquid. If it's not liquid, if it's gone solid, just warm it up in the microwave. 3. So that's 3 in that bowl of the coconut oil. When you buy it, it's solid, and then you need to put it in the microwave to make it liquid. 1 tablespoon of the maple syrup, and 1.5 cups of cold water. I'm actually going to put in 2 cups because I have made this bread before, and I find that 2 cups is actually better because you need to thoroughly soak the oats especially the chia seeds and pumpkin seeds. Chia seeds especially. So this is the liquid mixture, the water, the coconut oil, and the maple syrup. I'm going to pour all that in to the drying, mix it up with the dry ingredients. You can go there. I'll just show you what it looks like. So mix it up. Nice. Right. Now the next thing I do is I put it in my bread bowl. Oops, my bread dish. This is what I use. It's a Pyrex one. Well, it's Pyrex. Yes, it is Pyrex. And you don't grease it. What you do is you get baking paper, put it in, and then you put your mixture in there. So it's super easy. You can see how quick this is to make. It's just amazing. Quick, quick, quick. And it's full of much healthier than anything else. I do love my sourdough bread, but I know that this bread is so good for you in so many ways. It is quite a high calorie bread. However, it's a very solid bread, and you don't need to have as much as you would just a plain store-bought bread. Even whole wheat from the store. This really is miracle bread, I think. So I'm just going to get this in. Once I've got this in, I'll be putting it in the, I can leave it on the countertop because it's quite cool today. It's not a hot day. But if it was a hot day, I'd put it in the fridge. And for at least 2 hours, that's the amount of time you need the chia seeds, pumpkin seeds and oats need to sort of absorb the water. But ideally, I like to leave it overnight and cook it in the morning when I get up. Yeah, then I can have fresh bread for breakfast. It toasts superbly, really well. Yeah. So there we go. Super easy, super quick. I've got quite a bit of extra baking paper around, which is quite good because what I do is I just fold that in like that. See? And that keeps the water from evaporating. Because you want the bread to be quite, it needs to be firm in the baking tray, but you don't want the water to evaporate. That's not the point. So now this will go, I can leave it on the bench or I can put it in the fridge. I will put it in the fridge overnight. And in the morning I'll bake it. So I'll just say ciao for now and see you in a sec. Next day, nearly 24 hours later, my loaf has been in the fridge and the oven's ready. So I'm going to trim off the excess paper so it doesn't burn in the oven. I'll do that quickly. Lift it up slightly. So there it is. Now this will go into the oven for 20 minutes at 175 centigrade. So putting it in, the oven's right here. After 20 minutes, I'll take it out, flip flip it out of the Pyrex loaf pan, and then I'm going to put it on this rack. So this is an old toaster's machine rack. I use it for cooling now. So what I'll do is I'll flip it and turn it upside down, and then put it back in the oven at the same 175 degrees for 30 to 40 minutes. What I'll do, right now it's been 20 minutes, so I'm going to get this loaf out of the oven. It's looking nice and golden on the top side. So I'm just going to move this camera a little bit down so that you can see. You want to see the product, not me. So I'm going to gently tip the loaf over. It can go there. Peel off the paper. It goes in the bin. And this, see how it's steaming? That'll go in the oven for another 30-40 minutes. So here goes. Right, it'll be ready in about 30 or 40 minutes. Just a couple of things about this loaf. It's gluten-free, paleo. It's full of vitamin E, protein, fibre, omega-3. It lowers cholesterol. It toasts well. And I have asked Gemini, one of the AI tools, to look at the ingredients and tell me what the calorie amount is for this loaf. And according to Gemini, it's 2,552 calories for the whole loaf. So you can divide that up by however many slices you cut it into. So if you cut it into 14 slices, it's 182 calories per slice. Just for anyone who's counting calories. So yeah, now I'll know when that loaf is ready by just tapping on it and listening for that hollow sound. So let's see how it turns out. Right, you can see it's nice and golden. It even sounds hollow, so that's a good indication that it's ready and cooked. I'm going to let it cool down before I cut it. It should take about 30-40 minutes, and we'll have a nice taste. Now I know I should wait until it's cool, but I just can't wait. I'm going to try it now. That's the inside. Looks yummy. The reason they say you should wait is because it needs to stabilize, and it will be quite crumbly if you cut it too soon, like I have. But like I say, I just want to try it. I can't wait. So here goes. Delicious. I'll put the ingredients in the comments.